You can't film it. You can see it, but you can't film it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. The FBI's at your door. We've talked about this a lot of times before. We're going to talk about it again. Some mistakes were made, and we want to make sure that you have your stuff squared away before this happens to you. All right, before we get started, if you like hearing about Second Amendment concerns, conservative values, stuff like that, from a cop's perspective, again, I am a retired 30-year cop. If you want to hear more about that, hit subscribe, hit follow, hit the little alarm bell, leave a comment because the algorithm loves it and more people will see this video. Appreciate all you people that are participating for us. All right, let's get into it. The FBI showed at this man's door and some things that were said that should not have been said. Now, look, I've worked with the FBI a lot on drug cases over the years, not been impressed. And that's what happens when you only hire people with a 4-year degree and no street experience to go do major complex investigations. But I digress. They have been militarized in lawfare by the DOJ and even cops. I recently put this up in a closed social media group to only cops, which I'm sure the FBI is monitoring that as well. So I know one day they're going to show up to my door too. And I have a plan to handle that when it happens. And you should too, because, well, they've been militarized and there's more lawfare than actual law occurring. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning and let's go ahead and watch it and we'll talk about it.
Go ahead. Your name?
Mike Baruchio,
Can I see your identification? And who were you with?
FBI. You can't film it. You can see it, but you can't film it.
Yeah.
Okay?
First things first, it is a great idea to ask for identification. Just because they say they are law enforcement doesn't mean they actually are. And anybody that truly is law enforcement is going to show you ID no matter what. With that said, no, I wouldn't let you video my identification credentials either. Why? Because people are going to film it and reproduce it. So you're worried more, not about like anybody seeing your name. I mean, you can see my name. I don't care. I'm on YouTube already as a cop, like whatever. It doesn't bother me. We just don't want other people to bad people to reproduce that ID and then pass themselves off as law enforcement. Another thing is they have 3 people there. You're now going beyond for now. This is at the FBI agent. I'm sure you're watching right now. I know my FBI agent is watching this right now. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you're watching it, leave a comment. I'm looking forward to actually meeting you one day when you come to my house for a knock and talk. With that said, when you show up for 3 people, it is not consensual anymore. You're going to hear a little bit more later. They're going to talk about this. It is supposed to be consensual, but when you show up with 3 people to somebody's door, that's not consensual. 2 people is consensual. And look, just one person isn't going to show up because look, things happen. Cops get shot. You should show up with 2 people. But when you go beyond that, you're kind of ruining that whole consensuality thing, right? Just for you FBI guys that are watching, get your shit together.
Bob, you can. Your name?
My name is Russell Gooch.
And you were with?
The last name is hilarious. Go ahead, rewind for a minute. Go listen to it again. I worked with a person by that name before. It is always funny. That's just a horrible last name to have, but okay, I digress. Let's keep going on.
And you
Investigator Kevin Thomas with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. State your presence.
State my presence or
Yeah.
why we're here to talk.
I don't understand why people try to use like legal terms. Okay, state your presence. Dude, shut up. Just say like, why are you here? That's all you got to do. Why state your presence? Like, what is that? Like, just be normal. Don't be a goof. Just, why are you here? And look, for me, it's super simple because I know that FBI is going to show up to my house one day for a knock and talk. I've got it down simple. Hey, I'm just going to stop you for a moment. Am I being detained? Do you have a warrant? What's your purpose here? They're going to say, and they are going to say what they're here for. They don't say it's consensual, but they make it clear that this is all a consensual contact. Just stop it right there and say, we're done. Thanks. Have a good day. Walk back inside and close the door. Okay. But let's keep looking at this because there's some mistakes that are made.
I'm here to talk to you, see if you can give us a little help. Be honest.
On what?
I can discuss it, but we need to sit down and talk first.
About what?
About what?
Yeah.
Well, the FBI has a lot of programs going on where we try to identify some situations or people or groups that may be of interest. And you're not in trouble. You haven't done anything wrong, but you may know somebody that put the hair on the back of your neck up that you'd be willing to talk to us about, and that's why.
The FBI has some programs in place. How are those programs working out? They're not very good, right? They are like clearly, go back and look at my prior videos about how the Gadsden flag or supporting the Second Amendment or prepper or SHTF or anything like that are terms used by right-wing extremists. I don't trust your programs, FBI. You have totally fucked over the public with that. All right. With that said, it's clear that he's a witness, but he wants to come in. He says, I want to sit down because he's on a fishing expedition and he hopes that he can see something when he goes back inside the house. Okay. No, you can't come out. I don't want the government in my house. Stay out. Okay. Don't let them come in. All right. By them coming in and saying that, like, this is what they'll just say thanks, but no thanks. Now, look, it's obvious that this guy is in some kind of a social media group where somebody was doing something nutty in there. If you feel like helping them, then go ahead. For the FBI guys that are listening to this, you've lost the trust of the public and the cops, the city cops and the county cops and the state patrol guys. We really don't trust you anymore because you have just gone off the reservation with a lot of stuff that you're doing. And a lot of the information is being put out. Maybe not you personally, but your bosses are making you look really bad. And it's time you did a self-check. Okay. So I personally, if the FBI agent came to my door and was saying these things, I'd be like, hey, thanks, but no thanks. I don't need to talk to you. And we're done. Just stop talking.
We're here to talk to you.
I'm sorry, I can't talk about something like that.
Okay. You just say you're not willing to talk to us?
No, not unless I'm under arrest.
No.
You have
Even if you are under arrest, no, man, you did fine at that part, shutting it down. No, I don't want to talk to you, and walk back inside and close the door. Even if you are under arrest, you definitely shouldn't talk to anybody. Why? Because no good can come from talking to the police, even when you are the police.
No,
a
you
subpoena
hadn't done
or a
anything.
warrant. Okay.
You hadn't done anything. Okay. So,
I hope you understand my
I,
concern.
absolutely. You hadn't done anything.
Okay.
Yeah. But you understand why we're here.
No, I don't.
I just
See,
explained it to you.
I understand what you said, but I don't understand why you're here.
You don't understand why I'm here.
No.
Okay. Jim, have you done anything that may get you some publicity?
Hey, he's fishing. At this point, people feel compelled to say something. And for the FBI agent, if you're watching me, again, because I've got 30 years experience, I've learned a thing or two. What I like doing is asking a question. And then, well, is there anything that you've been involved with that would cause this problem for you, that would give you some notoriety? That dead pause that we just had in there, people feel that they need to fill that void by just running their mouth. So he wants you to say something. Just keep your mouth shut. Like, and for the FBI agent, if the guy truly isn't in trouble and you're there for a witness statement, showing up with 3 people is not a witness statement. You're looking at them for bad stuff. Showing up with 3 people is now not consensual anymore, and it sends the message to the person, I'm not a witness, I'm a participant in some way. They're trying to turn you into a participant. By leaving this open-ended question, I mean, that's a common tactic, and it works. You should have walked back in your house and closed the door by now. But FBI, if you're watching this, if he's truly a witness, why are you showing up with 3 people, and why are you asking open-ended questions? Because it looks to me exactly like you look at him as a suspect.
I'm not going to answer any
Okay,
questions.
but it was a reason. You hadn't done anything wrong, but you're known, and you're known to have association with sometimes some people in your groups. There's always one that does something, and then everybody looks at the group and says, "Hey, we should have been talking to some people that knew this guy beforehand, so that we could have prevented something."
You know, I see that in a lot of groups,
Right.
like Antifa, and I don't see nobody from the FBI going after them people.
Have you?
You're making a political statement. This is not the place to make that political statement. It's the place to make that political statement is by creating a YouTube channel and asking people to subscribe, hit the like button, make a comment at the bottom because the algorithm loves it. That's where you make your political statements. Okay. You don't do it to them, in front of them, on your front doorstep. Let it go. I think there's a song about that. You got young kids, you hear it over and over and over again. Just let it go. Be polite. Say, thank you, sir, but I would not like to talk to you. Walk back inside, close the door. You should have done this long ago.
Seen the FBI not talk to anybody? No. You don't know what they're doing.
I know they're
I do know what they're doing. And I know that you guys are not going after Antifa like you are going to people that are conservative minded. It's very apparent when you guys go to conferences and you're trying to tell cops, hey, this is the signs of right-wing extremism. And when the cops start clowning you because of the BS that's spewing out of your mouth, that's your clue that you're doing what is wrong. My 2 cents.
Beating people up and nobody's doing anything about it.
Well, that's something that they need to address.
Like that guy at Berkeley who just got attacked because
If
he's
somebody
a
gets
conservative, and
Jim.
he's on video, and
Jim.
he's still not arrested.
Listen,
okay?
we're not going.
This is not the place to do this. Shut your mouth. You're making a political statement. All this stuff is getting written down and is going to go into a report somewhere. And then when you have a jury, finally, they're going to be like, look at this. He wouldn't even talk to the FBI. Look at him. Look at how he's acting, right? All this is going to be used against you at some point.
Let's discuss politics. Okay, that's not why I'm here. I'm
Well-
here to.
FBI agent, I'm just going to stop you right there. It is about politics. You guys are so deep into politics. You are so far up Joe Biden's butt and doing everything he wants. You guys have done so much wrong. When you show up to do anything, it's been politicized because you allowed your agency to become politicized.
See if you can assist us in trying to identify anybody that you may
Well,
know
I can't. I'm sorry. I
that
can't
would be
help
of concern to you and of concern to anybody else.
you. Well, I'm sorry. I can't assist you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Now, if you have a warrant or something,
We don't have a
if you,
Jim, I'm here friendly talking.
okay.
If I had a warrant, do you think there'd be 3 people here?
He's correct. If he was there with a warrant, there would be a lot more than 3 people. But FBI, I've been watching the way you guys take people down, and it's horrible. You guys are doing a really crappy job on taking people down, just watching videos and stuff. So, anyways, I digress. But the question to ask when if he had a warrant was right away, right in the very beginning. Okay. But if he had a warrant, he would be going right past you and going into your house. I mean, it's just silly. He's just trying to, the citizen on the door is just trying to make a point. That's not the place to make a point. Keep your mouth shut.
No, because you come in gangs, just like you are now.
No, this ain't a gang.
Okay. 3 is a gang
It's
over
not a
over
gang.
one of me.
It's not one of you. You got
Okay.
2 of you right
Deputy
now.
because he's local, and we thought that make you feel more comfortable.
That's it.
Nothing makes me feel comfortable when any police are at my door asking
Well,
me.
if you change your mind, you can call Atlanta FBI.
Call the Atlanta
Ask for
FBI.
us, and
You're using hyperbole here by saying you're a gang. Oh man, it's 3 dudes that showed up to your door. Yes, it's the FBI, but don't be calling them a gang or anything. You just make yourself look silly. You should have stopped talking. Stop talking. Go back in your house and close the door. Yes, what it looks like to me is it might be JTTF, which is Joint Terrorism Task Force. The FBI has been saying that Middle Eastern terrorism is no longer a concern. They are only worried about domestic terrorism, and it's been emphasized time and time again that the only domestic terrorists they're worried about are conservatives. It has been very clear about that. So although you have some good things to say, that is not the place to do it. Create a YouTube channel, social media page, wherever, go put it up there. Don't do it on that front doorstep.
We're trying to get your help.
we'll talk to you. Okay?
How much you paying?
Well, that depends. What kind of help you can provide.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, now you're interested.
Wait a minute. It's got to be worth my while.
That depends entirely on what you provide.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll think about it.
Okay.
All
You
right.
will?
That is very true. What they're looking at there is they want to flip him as an informant and get information for him. Will they pay him? Oh, absolutely. And the money is actually pretty good. The FBI has a really big budget. The last time I checked, it was in the millions of dollars. I got to go back and look at the figure, but it was in the millions of dollars to pay off informants. And I've seen informants make a decent amount of money. Not for stuff. I don't know what they're doing here. I'm never involved in anything like that. My stuff was on the drug side, but yeah, they want to flip them. So that was funny, that interaction. If you decide that you're going to become a paid informant, don't post it on YouTube that you're even entertaining that. That if I would never trust this guy because he actually acted like he was entertaining it, that's dumb. Okay, so if anybody knows this guy, I don't know. It's up to you, right? Just keep your mouth shut. Don't post that stuff on the internet if you do flip.
So it's the Atlanta FBI office.
Okay.
Okay, so just look them up. Give
By the
them a
way,
call.
did you guys ever take care of the complaint I sent in?
What did you send in?
I sent in about someone trying to steal my credit card information online.
That wouldn't.
I'm just going to stop you again. Shut up. Stop talking. And why are you contacting the FBI about a credit card thing? That's not their issue. Legitimately, it's not. That's your local PD. And if it needs to go federal, then the local PD will send it to the Secret Service. That does not, don't contact the FBI. It's always your local law enforcement agency will contact them, do whatever needs to be done. Just talk to the local police. That's all you need to do. Always leave the FBI out of it. I would never talk to them unless I had no choice.
Be an FBI
Yeah,
issue.
sure it would.
No.
All right.
Secret Service, if it's a major network, the Secret Service deals with that.
Okay.
Did you call them?
No.
Did you call the locals?
Yes, they told me that it's an FBI issue.
No.
So,
It's not.
see, you get no help.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I'll let you know if I'm interested in helping you.
Okay. I
right.
appreciate it.
All right, you guys.
Thank
You guys
Appreciate
have a
your
nice
time.
day.
You too. Thank you.
And clean your house. Make sure you always have a clean house when you do this stuff, because you never know when you're going to be on YouTube and millions of people are going to watch it. Look, the key out of this whole thing is to shut your mouth. Am I being detained? Do you have a warrant? Is this consensual? He's going to have to answer that question. If you're being detained, then so be it. Still keep your mouth shut. If it's consensual, he's going to tell you. If they have a warrant, don't have a warrant, they're going to tell you. And then you say, I don't want to talk to you. I'm asserting my Fifth Amendment right. We're done here. And then leave it at that. Okay. And just let it go. Don't go on a political rant. Yes, you are correct. The FBI is politicized. Yes, the FBI is not going after leftists that are doing more damage to our country than anybody else. Yes, they have protected Hunter Biden. Yes, they have protected Joe Biden. Yes, they are ignoring so much. So Hillary Clinton, we can go back forever. Let it go. Create a channel and say it out loud on your channel. All right. With that said, we're going to leave it. I want you to leave a comment, like, follow, hit the little alarm bell. Share this with your friends. It helps the algorithm and it helps us get our words out. Don't forget to follow us on our newsletter. Go to www.2acops.com and sign up for our newsletter so you don't miss anything. And most importantly, remember your ABCs. Always be caring.